Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Johnathon. I make luxury videos, unboxings, and reviews. And today is 5 Louis Vuitton SLGs I think you should avoid. So let's get into it. So before I get started with today's video, you know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow. I just wanted to say we're almost at 500 subscribers. I make designer content, men's style, luxury fashion, you name it, it's here on this channel. So if you like that kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to hear the 5 LV SLGs I think you should avoid, then keep on watching. So the first SLG that I think you should avoid from Louis Vuitton is going to be phone cases. So here in Canada, they do retail for as low as 500 Canadian dollars to as high as 1,500 Canadian dollars. And I think that is crazy amount of money to be spending on a phone case, just for the simple fact is we upgrade our phones really frequently. Technology is constantly changing, and so are the Louis Vuitton phone cases. So if you want to buy a phone case that is like $1,500, you're pretty much doubling your price of your phone just for that one specific year if you do upgrade your phone yearly. So I think that money is completely wasted. If you really do want a designer phone case, definitely look at the pre-loved market. They sell for so much cheaper than retail, and or just buy a regular phone case. Who needs a designer phone case really nowadays? But if that is your vibe, go ahead and purchase it. I just think that that money can be used towards an actual handbag itself, or even some other SLGs that will be more useful. So definitely think that you should be avoiding LV phone cases because they are definitely not worth the price point. So the second Louis Vuitton SLG I think you should avoid is going to be bag charms. So here in Canada, they do retail for as low as 400 Canadian dollars to as high as 1,200 Canadian dollars. And in my opinion, that is a lot of money to have on just an accessory that is hanging off of your bag or keys. Don't get me wrong, I know there's a huge market for people that love to have bag charms, and I'm not throwing shade whatsoever. It's just from my opinion, I don't see the use in them. There's so many other alternatives or other designers or other brands themselves that will offer you much more affordable pieces that you can use on your bags that will still dress them up. In my opinion, that $1,200 that you're spending on a bag charm can be used towards an actual bag. Like for example, the Pochette Accessoire costs about $1,200 Canadian here after tax, or even like the Speedy, just add a couple of $100 more and you're getting an actual full-size bag rather than just a charm. So in my opinion, don't buy bag charms. Maybe if you really do want to buy a Louis Vuitton one, maybe check the pre-loved market. I'm not 100% sure as to what they are selling for, but I definitely feel as though they're selling for a little bit less than what actual retail is. So you can save yourself some money that way. So in my opinion, a second item that I think you should avoid from Louis Vuitton SLGs is going to be bag charms. So the third Louis Vuitton SLG I think you should avoid is actually not a specific SLG, but a print in general. And that is going to be Damier Azur. So in my humble opinion, the reason why I think you should avoid Damier Azur SLGs is for the simple fact of color transfer, and they do look worn really quickly. So I actually haven't used any of my Damier Azur SLGs. These are the 3 that I have in my collection. I wanted to have these. I wanted to use them for summer because they are like really summer vibes. But to be honest, I just can never see myself using them or going towards them just because I'm definitely afraid of them getting color transfer and being worn out. And SLGs, they go in and out of my pockets, they go in and out of my bags, and they're really like constantly being used. And so the wear and tear on these SLGs, you definitely will see them more often. I've seen so many Damier Azur pieces that really look worn out and really just don't really stand the test of time just because of how light they are. And for the simple fact is that they will get extremely dirty because they are sitting in your pocket or they're sitting in your handbag. And in my opinion, you're meant to use your SLGs, and I use them. I do use my other ones quite frequently. But for these guys, like, because there's so many different like white aspects to it, it'll just get really dirty quickly, and then the color transfer will kill me. So in my humble opinion, I definitely think that you should avoid Damier Azur SLGs. I do think that they look great in handbags, and you're able to better take care of handbags versus SLGs because these guys are realistically going in and out of your pockets, your handbags, and they're just being used a lot more frequently than your actual handbags themselves. So I think that as for the third Louis Vuitton SLG I think you should avoid is going to be Damier Azur SLGs. So the fourth Louis Vuitton SLG I think you should avoid is going to be flat card holders. So here in Canada, they do retail for as low as 270 Canadian dollars, which is the one that I'm sharing with you now, to as much as 600 Canadian dollars. So the reason why I don't think the flat card holders are worth it, don't get me wrong, I do love a good card holder. I do use a lot of my other Louis Vuitton ones. But the reason why I'm saying the flat card holder is because they are really thin. They literally just have 2 pieces of canvases or 3 pieces of canvases and stuck together. And so they really only hold the 3 card slots. If you want to put in cash in here, you're not going to be having any luck. And if you were to stretch these pockets out or double up on the slots, you're really going to be showing a lot of wear on these guys. They do stretch out really poorly, and I think it's just not a really good look. And for the price point of $300 to as much as 600 Canadian dollars for a card holder that only really holds 3 cards, there's so many different better alternatives out there, such as like YSL, Prada, Gucci. I think the holy grail card holder that I'm looking to possibly pick up is going to be a YSL card holder, just because here in Canada, I think they're about 400 Canadian dollars, and they have several card slots, they have a coin compartment, and they just really work in my lifestyle. So in my humble opinion, I think that the flat card holders from Louis Vuitton are something that you should avoid, just because for the price point and for what you can actually fit in here, it's not really worth it in my opinion. So the fifth and final SLG I think you should avoid is going to be the cosmetic pouch, more specifically in the PM size. So here in Canada, they do retail for as low as 625 Canadian dollars to as high as 800 Canadian dollars, depending on if you want leather or exotic prints. So in my opinion, the reason why I say the cosmetic pouch PM and not the GM is for the simple fact is I don't really like the dome shape of the cosmetic pouch. I feel as though it's really restricting as to how many things you can put in there. And more specifically, the PM size I think is just a little bit way too small. I think that you would be better going with a toiletry pouch or another different kind of pouch than the cosmetic one in the PM size. I know a lot of people are converting them into handbags or using them as like clutches, which is fine and dandy. But if you use the PM size, in my opinion, I don't think it could fit like a regular size wallet or even like a half wallet and your keys and stuff like that. I did have the cosmetic pouch in the PM size in the Italy print. However, I did end up selling that because it just didn't work. I even tried to give it to my mom and she didn't like it because it wasn't able to fit a lot of her essentials in there. So we just ended up selling it and getting away with it and then going towards another toiletry pouch. So I personally think that the PM size is a little bit too small and the dome shape is not really the most versatile in terms of being able to fit a lot of your essentials in there. I think the dome shape is kind of really restricting because it is kind of like domed and then it does concave a little bit in. So it's really restricting onto what you can actually put in there. It's totally different compared to my toiletry bag 25 because that is dome shaped, I get it, but it's not really concaving in, like there is no cinching towards the top. So in my humble opinion, I really do think that the cosmetic pouch in the PM size is something that you should definitely avoid. If you really want to go for the cosmetic pouch and you do like that kind of silhouette, I highly recommend spending the extra $50 or so and getting the GM size because in my opinion, the GM size will fit a lot more. So the fifth Louis Vuitton SLG I think you should avoid is going to be the cosmetic pouch in the PM size. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. This was the 5 Louis Vuitton SLGs I think you should avoid. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.